What is happening, my friends? What is going on? It's been a long time. Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show. Here we discuss trending news and thought-provoking topics from the fields of politics, sports, pop culture, and so much more. I'm so excited to be joined with you. It's been a minute. Your boy has been crazy busy this month. Of June has been it has put your dude just. I mean, I'm exhausted. It's a good thing. It's good to be busy, but you always got to make the time to just really mentally just rest. You always have to rest. As you see, you kind of see the background setting. I am enjoying my week right now. I am in a secluded area by the water and beaches, and I'm just enjoying myself with my wife. And we have been we still been working, we still been moving, but the scenery has been beautiful, and we're just excited that we can at least enjoy ourselves while we still work, but still kind of make the time to get some rest. And I even have a busy weekend, man. I mean, it's gonna be busy throughout this week, but um I'm just excited to be talking with y'all because it's been a minute since I've done recording, and I'm actually coming off of an amazing weekend. As you know, myself along with my co-host of In Your City, comedian Ciroc Fox and host Queen Michelle Young, as well as our producer Cam Golly, we all were at this past weekend's Pride in the Peak over in Chesapeake, Virginia. I was honored to be one of the MCs along with my co-hosts at the third annual Pride in the Peak, which was I can't get that word up, which was presented by Dollar Tree and Family Dollar. So we're extremely excited about that because, as you know, this month of June is it's Men's Health Month, but it's also Pride Month as well. So all around the 7 cities in Hampton Roads, they have been having their Pride events, and I want to personally thank my good friends Jeremy Rodden and Amber Bowen for asking us for honoring. They asked us to MC, and I'm just very honored. And it was just a beautiful experience. Made great friends. As a black straight male, uh, it's it's a beautiful thing to see all communities come together and support our brothers and sisters in the LGBTQIA community. And so we had a wonderful time. Shout out to my good friend Cabana Black, who is an award-winning, a legendary entertainer in the Hampton Roads area. He also does drag, and his character's name is Vivian Devereaux Valentine. And I think it was a different name during the event, but he left an awesome message through the text, and I truly appreciate it. And I just had an awesome time. It was awesome. It was great. We were out there in the heat, man. Let me tell you something. Wore your boy out, but it was awesome. It was awesome. So much stuff has happened over the weekend, but this episode is really going to be catered to one thing and one thing only, and that is my review on Bad Boys. Bad Boys. The newest installment, the fourth out of the group, Bad Boys, which stars Eddie Murphy, Lord have mercy, Martin Lawrence and Will Smith. And the film was, let me see. I'm trying to remember what the right. Yep, the ride. What was it? Rise to what was the I'm trying to think of the actual title of the film. Ride or Die. There we go. Um yeah, Bad Boys Ride or Die. And it was the fourth installment in the franchise of Bad Boys, starring, great actors. And it was funny because I wasn't planning on seeing it last night. One of my good buddies had hit me up and was like saying, "Hey, look, you such and such, myself and my wife, we're gonna go see Bad Boys. You want to go, make it a double date and come?" I'm like, why not? Because my wife and I were talking about seeing the movie Bad Boys, and again, so much going on through this week, so we didn't know when exactly we were gonna have the time to see it. So it's the start of the week. I'm like, well, let's go ahead and check it out. So let me tell you this. I will say not even this year, but movies has been struggling as far as movies that are premiering in the movie theaters. Movie theaters have in my opinion been kind of struggling, and struggling to compete against the streaming services. Streaming services movies have been A plus, But when it comes to going to an actual movie theater and watching a movie, me personally, I would say it's been a flop. Um, this film for me, for the year 2024, which we're halfway, almost finished with the year. This movie kicked ass. Okay, uh, Will and Martin, they they collab. Like, obviously this is like, it's a regular day in the neighborhood, right? Like they're neighbors, like they've been best friends for life. And the film was perfect too, because it was right under 2 hours. Okay, I'm gonna say it again, the film was right under 2 hours. These long ass movies, man, I'm telling you, I get so sick and tired of going to a movie theater. I arrive there when it's daytime. I leave when it's pitch black. Okay, I'm exhausted. When you go almost 3 hours with the film, I'm sorry, you lose me. You lose me. If you want to make it that long, make it into a freaking limited series. Do not make it into a one feature film. Just make it into a limited series, and we can watch increments of it. But 3+ hours, no, you're losing me. But for those who haven't seen it, hey, look, you know, oh, well, too bad, because obviously they're it's public information. They've been showing a lot of what's been happening in the film, how they've been creating the film, behind the scenes footage. It's been showing all the press coverage and promo that Will and Martin has been doing, even leading to people asking for a split second, is Martin okay? Because there's been video footage and him either walking, kind of, needing some assistance, or also his speech. His speech has been very like, he rumbles to the point where, like, did he have a stroke or anything? And look, multiple times, Martin has said, "Marty Ma is fine. I'm great. I'm good. I'm in great health. I don't know what people are responding to, but I'm good. I'm cool." So, I'll let you check out the films on social media. But hey, if he says he's fine, he's fine. Um, my- and the more thing I've noticed about Martin is a guy who is actually very shy in the from the public eye. Like, it's interesting because he's been a legendary comedian, Def Comedy Jam, Martin Show, countless of films. Obviously, Bad Boys is one of the installments that he's always well known for, but his sitcom show and his stand up and Def Comedy Jam has always been legendary. And so you would think, why does he seem nervous? But he always acts like this shy guy that doesn't really want to, yeah, I'm here. Oh, stop it. This and that and the other. But I've always been a fan and will continue to be a fan. Actually, my wife and I, we just well, actually, my wife, she got the tickets. We're gonna be seeing Martin. He's on tour, and we're gonna be seeing him next year over in, I think he's coming to Norfolk, Virginia. So I'm gonna be seeing him, as well as Just Hilarious, who we've seen before at the Virginia Beach Funny Bone, who is, she said it's in her name, hilarious. She is awesome, great comedian. Just great personality. Obviously, she knows she's the newest co-host on the Breakfast Club, and she's doing a hell of a job up there. But going back to Bad Boys, so let me go ahead and give you a graphic of exactly how good Bad Boys is doing. So, as you see right here, they've been killing it in the box office weekend wise. They had their debut weekend, and when I tell you that, it doesn't surprise me the fact that they had made this amount of money. But let me go ahead and, so this reported by Variety, Bad Boys has reached around 56 million in the opening weekend. You hear me? $56 million in the opening weekend. This film has some amazing um personalities in here that makes guest cameos. It has an amazing ending. The plot was sharp. Everything was so damn good in this film, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, because I'll be honest, I was expecting to not be satisfied, because really, Bad Boys 3, it was a little shaky. It was a little shaky for me. It was a little shaky. The reason why I thought it was a little shaky is because in the initial two films, Bad Boys to me was more of like, even though it's a film, but it brought in realistic things, right? It brought in realistic uh uh plots. It brought realistic characters. It brought realistic situation and scenarios and whatnot. It was very real, right? It was very real. The third one, and if you haven't seen one, then hey, that's on you. It's been out for a long time. The third one, he's starting to incorporate witchcraft, right? His Will Smith allegedly impregnated a witch, a criminal from I think Mexico or something like that. A beautiful lady, but she was like a crime boss. She raised her kid to be a killer. She was into like the witchcraft and this and that, and it was like a scene where I'm like, this is getting kind of weird. And what I mean, where is getting sci-fi-ish, okay? So now you're incorporating sci-fi into it doesn't match. And it's like, okay, now you're starting to lose it. And that's how I feel, and that's one of my biggest issues with the Fast and the Furious series, which I'm happy to say that, and this was spoken from Vin Diesel himself. He said that the next installment, I think will be the 11th or 12th film, will be the last. Thank you, Lord, because I get tired of seeing all these films more and more. Who's ready for such and such 3, such and such 6, such and such 10? I'm like, when do you stop? Okay. Fast and Furious has been the same old, same old. It's nothing new. It is nothing new. But a bunch of people driving in fast cars, doing stupid ass stunts that nobody in this world can ever imagine doing or seeing because it's unrealistic. Hello. I mean, hell, there was a scene with Dwayne the Rock Johnson pulling a chain from a helicopter, literally playing tug of war with the helicopter. Now you telling me that's real stuff? Exactly. It's not. Fight scenes, it's not, okay? But that's what I started to see in Bad Boys 3, and I'm like, uh-oh, are you guys trying to really stretch out this, this franchise? Because to me, franchises should only be good for 3 films. 2 to 3 max. Keep it. Do not do more than that. Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop, I believe, is about to either have its 4th or 5th one, which obviously starring Eddie Murphy. It's going to be playing on Netflix. I'm actually very excited to see it, but you have to be careful because see, Coming to America did not. It sold a lot, but really, when people start to really watch it and take the time, they're like, well, obviously, it doesn't beat the first one, but 2, this movie wasn't really that good. It was too many stars in it. Everybody, they just packed a lot of people with small role, and it wasn't even that funny. It really wasn't that funny. Yes, the plot, the theme was not too bad, but it was not that funny. So coming back to Bad Boys, after seeing that third one, I'm like, well, I hope this 4th one's gonna be good because I wasn't too satisfied on the third one. The third one had mostly Will Smith being the guy to do more of the action-packed stunts and stuff because obviously he's most likely he's in better shape than Martin. I will say that. Will continues to act 24/7. Martin kind of he might do in comparison to the number. I'm gonna just say if Will does 8 films a year, Martin does 3. Okay, but they pay good and he's smart with his money because see, he is a comedian. Okay, he's a comedian, very successful one, has a great sitcom show that is always going to be played regardless. So he's good. But coming back to this film, I think is what America really needed. Okay, and I say all that because we're living in a time where cost of living is sky high. Uh, Everything we see on TV is elections or anything regarding mainly politics. Just FYI, this is a breaking news. I'm actually going to be doing a Instagram live pretty soon on it. Really, actually, I'm going to do it today after I finish this. But Hunter Biden. Side note: Hunter Biden was found guilty on 3 counts on all 3 charges, so he could face up to 25 years. So you got a former president in Donald Trump who was found guilty on 34 counts of a hush money case. And then you go to current sitting president Joe Biden, his son Hunter, found guilty as well. So it's when people see all that, they just like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired of all this stuff. So that being said, uh this film brought laughed. It didn't offend anybody. It was just great humor. We adore Martin. When I tell you, Martin is just one of those comedians that whatever he touches, you got to see it. I mean, you have to. You have to. I watched a Tubi movie, I think, that had that had Martin starring in it, and it was like a suspense film, and it was something I never pictured him, but it was dope because I'm like, hey, I watched it. It was a pretty corny movie, but I watched it because of who it was. So people look forward to seeing a Martin film, and on top of that, if I'm not mistaken, this was the first film back for Will after the infamous slap at the Oscars, when he slapped Chris Rock over the stage, and he ain't slapped him over the stage, but I mean he might as well. That slap said, and yeah, so this was kind of like his first film back into the public eye, and he obviously got welcomed with open arms. But what I'm gonna do is we're gonna do a quick commercial break, and then I want to bring up the story that kind of, well, Stephen A. Smith. He's a very controversial guy, sports journalist, but I just consider him as a journalist, controversial journalist. Huge fan, by the way, huge fan. He says stuff that I always don't agree on, but huge fan. So he has something to say about Will, and I'll bring that to you after this commercial break. But what we're gonna do, let's shout out some of our proud supporters of the Arrington Gavin show. Give me a second. Want to thank Ingenious Gin. Ingenious Gin is a rose gold, black owned and veteran owned gin for all you gin explorers and gin connoisseurs. I highly recommend to you to grab a bottle of Ingenious Gin. For more information, you can visit their website at www.ingeniousgin.com or visit your local Spirit or ABC stores and grab yourself a bottle of this amazing rose gold gin. I'm telling you, I am a brown lover. Okay, when I mean brown lover, mainly bourbons, whiskeys. I dabble and dip in the tequila here and there, but I've never been a gin lover until now. That's right, until now. So I want to thank my friends Reggie and Lawrence, who are co-owners of Ingenious Gin, and it's awesome. I highly recommend it. Check them out on all social media platforms, Ingenious Gin, as well as, hey, their websites. You see it scrolling right there at the bottom, and also Bernardo's Menswear. Okay, my good friend Mr. Bernardo Johnson, he is the owner of Bernardo's Menswear. He's hooked me up with amazing pieces, suits, shirts, shoes. I'm telling you, this man will hook you on up. I actually just purchased a seersucker suit not too long ago, and it is sharp as hell. So if you are in the Hampton Roads area and you prefer to go in person and see this amazing shop, you can do so. Go to Norfolk, the city of Norfolk, Virginia. Visit the MacArthur Mall. He is on the first floor. It's Bernardo's Menswear. Or you can also shop online at his website, www.bernardosmenswear.com, for more information. And of course, I got to acknowledge RuggedEvo.com. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Rugged is the new smooth. So for all you facial hair sporters out there, look, if you're looking for some great products to help keep that beard well groomed as well as keep the skin looking perfect, I highly recommend Rugged Evolution Beard Care. 17 scented beard balms and beard oils, conditioner, shampoo, you name it, they have it. For more information, you can visit their website at RuggedEvo.com or follow them on their social media platform at Rugged Evo, wherever you go, or Rugged Evolution Beard Care on Facebook. You can find them online as well as on Walmart, online, Amazon, and Etsy. So now that I acknowledge them, we are going to go to a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Don't go anywhere, and please do not change that dial. All right, family, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show here. This is episode 117. Wowzers. Yes, 117, y'all. We are just still in the up and coming stages of this show. As you know, we are independent media and very grassroots, but we also have some amazing news coming forth with you. And I'm so excited. I can't wait to make the huge announcement about that. But until we, of course, say that big announcement, because that's going to happen on another episode. Not going to happen tonight. Okay, it's not going to happen tonight. But but as I was speaking earlier about some conversations that controversial journalist Stephen A. Smith, host of First Take, as well as host of the Stephen A. Smith Show, which you can watch on all digital platforms. He had a few words to say about Will Smith. Let me go ahead and pull up that clip for you all. So stand by.
When we use the word forgivable or forgiveness, that's for Chris Rock to deal with. It's his call. He could have had the man arrested that night and insisted to the LAPD that that not be the case. Could have pressed charges thereafter and insisted on not doing that to Will Smith, not making the incident any bigger than what it was. Yes, he came out with his own flick for next fix, got about 20 million for it. After tax, he probably walked home with about 6. But Chris Rock is damaged. In the day and age of mental illness or traumatic incidences that affects one's mind and psyche and what have you, yeah, you might see him at Knicks games. Yeah, you might see him still going about the business of performing on tour or doing his job or handling his business. Chris Rock will never get over that. Ever. Will Smith apologized. When we use the word forgivable or forgiveness, that's for Chris Rock to deal with. It's his call. He could have had.
Okay, so you've heard what Stephen A. Smith said about that. He's pretty much saying that, look, and shout out to the Neighborhood Talk who actually put this out here. It's titled Stephen A. Smith says he still finds it hard to go to a cinema and watch a Will Smith film. Says Will owes a conversation to the black community as to why he slapped Chris Rock. Now, a lot of people do not like Stephen A. Smith, especially people in the black community. They sometimes will consider him somebody that divides the community. They don't like his intake. Sometimes they think he never sides too much with the black community. He sides with the opposing side. Me, I'm different. He's an opinionated person. I'm an opinionated person as well. The platform that he's grown for because of his voice and his opinions is, to me, I don't see anything wrong with it. He's giving you his honest opinion. See, once again, I'm in the field of free speech and I respect others' opinions. Okay. We don't have to like it, but that's his opinion. So, with him saying this, in all honesty, I don't disagree with Stephen A. Okay. Was I thinking about it 24/7? No, because I'll be honest, when Will slapped Chris, I automatically lost respect for Will Smith. But I ain't say I was gonna stop watching his movies. The man's a good actor. I'm a good actor. I mean, hey, I've never seen a bad Will Smith film. Okay, Men in Black, Pursue Happiness, you name it. The man makes great films. So I was still gonna see it. But, and I don't know this man personally, but I just say I've lost respect for Will. If I meet Will, hell yeah, I would love to meet him and grab a picture with him. I love his films. Another thing is the fact that Will Smith has, in the public eye, been seen as the victim and not the suspect, right? Even though he's the one that did do the slap. He slapped the hell out of Chris Rock during the Oscar ceremony, but a lot of people have criticized it's not Will's fault. It's the relationship that he's in. It's Jada P. They went straight to Jada because they brought the questions. Okay, wouldn't a wife that truly loves him and it's like will do anything to protect the family's brand, will just pull him and say, no, man, don't do that, because you know what could happen. right? You know that, you know how embarrassing that is because he's representing the family. You know what that can tarnish to his reputation, which the only reputation that it tarnished for Will is the fact that he's no longer invited to the Oscars, I think, for like the next, what, 9 or 10 years, which, I mean, who cares about that? But for a guy that has worked his tail off to become a great actor, and the worst part is that man won an Oscar the night of the most embarrassing, the worst thing people could remember. And to me, that erased it. That erased it. That was the night he won the Oscar, but it was also the night he went up there and he acted like a damn fool. Because the part that pissed me off is that, y'all, I don't my words is not spoken of all the black community. Okay, if I share something, that's not in representation of all the black community. So if someone says, "Well, I heard you voted for such and such, so so that means all the black people." No, no. But I will say that every action we do represents the community. Okay, so I'll take it back. Words that we say, if I say something that is not, I do not represent the all of black community. I represent Arrington Gavin and my family. Okay, but our actions mean a lot, especially if you have a platform like Will Smith. If I had a platform like Will Smith, I know for certain anything I do is going to reflect. Okay. So the Oscars is an award ceremony where you rarely see men of color, people of color in general, achieve, accomplish, have proper respect that's due. Okay. So when you go up there and then you slap another black man in front of all non-African American people, sorry, boss, that's embarrassing as hell. And it's unfortunate, especially when you're a grown-ass man who has been on that platform. You know how important this is. It's a lot. It is a lot. Um, but coming back to what Stephen A. Smith said, to me, it's like, okay, you would think people forgot about it, but no, we didn't. Um, does he make a good point as far as it makes it difficult for him to watch a Will Smith film? It does. But hey, that's Stephen A. That's him. Other people are going to continue to watch his films. Now, does he owe the black community an apology? Will Smith, in my opinion, has apologized for his actions, which to me was put out so that the black community can see that he is apologetic. But I have not heard or actually reading reading anything about him apologizing to Chris Rock, because there was an old not old but a pretty recent interview of Tony Rock, Chris Rock's brother, on a podcast, and he basically said, I mean, I got nothing, I don't want anything to do with him. Like, I have no respect for him. I don't like him. No, he's never apologized to Chris Rock. Like, he is on the defense. He's on the opposite end of Will Smith. Um it's unfortunate that, again, if for me, I think Will does have to, I don't know, maybe have a sit down with Oprah. Okay. Um, have a sit down with Oprah and Jada. I don't know. I don't know what would occur. And this is what kills me when it comes to public figures. When you have a huge fan base of people that love you, let me say something. People love Will not because of the person he is. Okay, he might have fans that just say, "Hey, look, I like him because he's a great father." If you don't know him personally, how can you really? You can only just give your opinion on like what he kind of projects, right? What he portrays. That's what I'll say. What he portrays. But if you're just going based on, oh, well, I just love him because he's a great actor. I love his music. I love his personality, and yada 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 yada. That's not that's not saying really much. So what you're saying is, okay, he can do something dumb, but all he has to do is make a film, and then you love him again. I mean, come on. Look at Kanye. How many moments Kanye's had? Once Kanye drops an album, he's back into the limelight. He's back into the fame. Chris Rock. I'm pointing out musicians right now, but oh gosh, Alec Baldwin. He's been in the back and forth, but he still has a fan base. You know what I mean? So it's just it's very like all he has to do, all Will had to do was just make a film, and then he's back in the limelight. Um, so to bash Stephen A. for saying what he said. I'm not going to do that because everybody knows Stephen A. For one, he has a platform of that's what he do. That's what Stephen A. does. Okay, it's nothing new. And then on top of that, the fact that he has his podcast, Stephen A. Smith Show, he wants to be controversial. Controversial. Obviously, does what it's doing now is what it puts him in the headlines. It puts him front and center. He wants that, and there's been a lot of clips on social media of Stephen A. Reflecting on what he had said previously in the same. So he's getting great TV time. Okay, great digital content time from all the platforms. Because one thing about it is villains are gonna win. Not and I mean, depending on how you look at Stephen A. But the more people he pisses off, the more money he makes. Okay, that's just the way it is. The more people he pisses off, the more money he's gonna make. Let me show you the basically the second video of what he had said. So let me stay right there.
And it was a blemish on all of us because I know how much white America reveres Will Smith. And the thinking along the lines in my mind was, hell, if he did that, what would the rest of us do? There are certain things that happen in the lives of an individual where those incidences are used as a license to castigate the rest of us. And that's what I was thinking about when I said what I said Friday about being torn as to wanting to go see the movie, but not wanting to see Will Smith. I wasn't encouraging anybody else not to do it. I was just saying that I was having trouble dealing with it. And something like that happens, and it was a blemish on all of us because I know how much white America reveres Will Smith.
So again, it was a blemish on all of us. All of us meaning the black community. So that's why Stephen A. Smith said, I totally agree with him. I totally do. If I am wrong, please explain in a comment or DM me. What Arrington, you're wrong about it because you're taking in wrong content. Please explain to me, because what was your first reaction when Will slapped Chris Rock? What was your reaction for the, just as a now thought process of how are you going to start thinking of Will Smith, the individual? You already like him as the actor. You already like him as the entertainer. But what do you think of Will now as the individual? Because again, I'm gonna still look at him funny. I really am. Because for one, he slapped the man, walked away, having the mindset right. He walked around with his hands down. Not even like he walked like, you piece of crap. You're beneath me. I mean, come on, Will. Come on. And then he's gonna get up there boohoo crying, saying that Denzel said when the devil tries to take over, and I said, man, don't give me that. Don't give me that. I truly wish that Chris would react, but I'm very happy that he did not, because he showed a true professional. But you know what? What is violence going to continue to do, right? Besides make us look dumb on this huge platform. Nope, I'm gonna keep it moving, and I'm gonna have my saying regardless. And he did, and it paid well. That man special kick. Oh my gosh, that he made money on the tour. He made money on the special. He's still going to continue to make money off this day. Other comedians made money because Marlon Wayans had said something about it. Everybody said something about it. Tony Rock got great content. Chris Rock's brother. Everybody has great content. Okay. Eddie Murphy acknowledged it on the Golden Globes when he received an award. He's like, and keep Will Smith's wife's name out your effing mouth. Like, that was his speech. Okay. That's gonna be remembered for the rafters. Okay, for forever. So it is interesting. It is very interesting. But what I will say, though, coming back in conclusion, Bad Boys Ride or Die was a damn good film. Okay, damn good film. I highly recommend everyone to see it if you haven't. But it was an awesome film. The best out of, in my opinion, I think. Let me see. I would say the first one and the fourth one is my favorite ones. Now, to say which one is the best one, uh, I don't know, man. This fourth one, man, was pretty good. It was very, very good. Again, being a being a premiere film in a movie theater right now in 2024, I still give it 5 star 10 stars, man. It destroyed all what to expect, right? You wanted humor, you wanted action, you wanted a great plot, you even wanted some like, some you didn't know, you never saw it coming. So kudos to them. My wife and I, we're already talking about, you think they're going to extend another one? I personally don't think so. I think this was like the fourth and the last out of the franchise. Um, if they do extend it, it's going to be iffy. Maybe try to extend it as another TV series, possibly. I know before Gabrielle Union and Jessica, let's see, I think Jessica Alba, they tried to they tried to do a spinoff, which I think was called LA's Finest, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go check it real quick. Let me see here. Um, it was no, what is it? Yes, it was called LA's Finest. Oh, it was on for 2 seasons. I didn't even know it was on for 2 seasons. That was supposed to be a spinoff of the Bad Boy series. 2 seasons not that bad. I really thought it was I thought it was just 1 season. But it says here, let's see. Yes, it was produced by it was a spinoff from the Bad Boys franchise. Yes. So, hmm, that's not, I mean, 2 seasons is not awful, but it's not like it made an impact. So they tried it with the TV series, at least for the character of Gabrielle Union, which was Martin Lawrence's sister on the movie. Um, I know they have a cast of young individuals on this movie series, but again, I don't see it. I don't see it extending as a any spinoff. I don't. I just I hope that this is the last one. I'll just say that I hope this is the last one. If they try to extend a fifth one, just be careful because again, you know what I mean. When it comes to keep on extending the franchise, I'm not a fan of it at all. I'm not a fan of any long, lengthy franchises. Three max, three max, and three max. That is it. That is all you need. But yeah, that's all I got for you today, y'all. Because as you know, I am still very much in my comfort zone and vacation. You see me enjoying a little beverage here for those who are watching. I am enjoying a little bit of brown. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of follow up with you all because I know it's been a while since I did a recording and spoke with my friends, man, my friends, the audience, y'all. I truly appreciate those who continue to support the platform, continue to support the Arrington Gavin show. We are continuing to grow and getting more faces, more eyes, and broaden our audience. Again, you can tune in for the time being every Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays. I try to do a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but we are going to be shifting the schedule. Okay, we are going to be shifting the schedule. I'll make an announcement on social media very soon, and on the show as well. But we are shifting the schedule. We are working a deal with a couple of platforms that can help build our audience. So I'm very excited about that as well. And if you happen to have a small business or have a story that you would love to share, please contact me on Instagram at Arrington Gavin. Okay, you can DM me, please do, or at R Smooth Club Media. You can DM me from there. Let me see what other platforms. You can yeah, you can DM. DM is always going to be the best bet. Please continue to support the show. As you know, we're a grassroots independent company, so as you see, I have my Cash App right there. I'm not asking for give me $100. No, with whatever you have to give, I truly appreciate it. Whatever you have to give, whether if it's a penny, whether if it's $1 or $5, hey, whichever price. But I truly appreciate that. You see, scrolling down at the bottom, new episodes will drop 10 a.m. on via podcast or wherever you listen to your podcast, whether that's Spotify, iHeartRadio, Odyssey, Apple, or wherever. Again, wherever you listen to your podcast, you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. Also, if you prefer to watch the video version of this show, you can do so by by subscribing to our YouTube channel, R Smooth Club Media. Okay, R Smooth Club Media. Or you can watch us on our Facebook page, R Smooth Club Podcast, or on X at RSC Media. Okay, RSC Media. Those drop at 5 p.m. Okay, those new episodes will drop at 5 p.m. And also, you can check out reruns of the show on ESP TV on Facebook, as well as ErnestSmithProductions.com. So, you all take care. Have a blessed one. I'll talk to you soon. Until next time, my friends. Peace.